Welcome back to episode 10 of the Skateboard Wrench. I know it's been a little while since the last video, but let's just say the past month and a half has been a bit crazy. It was basically a race against winter, get the house ready, move our makeshift kitchen inside in my little studio, get enough firewood so that we could stay warm for the whole winter. And on top of that, I've recently been accepted in a program with the local development center, and through that program, I had to produce a full-on business plan to be able to move on to the next step. So I've been spending a lot of time the past month going through my statistic and going through everything and make sure my business plan was rock solid. And I'm pretty proud with the result. I just dropped it off last Thursday, and next Thursday I'm going in front of a committee to present my project, and they're gonna basically decide if I can stay on that program or if I get kicked off. So I guess I'll tell you guys in the next episode. I'm also going to keep everything related to the house and all the progress in the house for the next episode. So if you want to make sure you don't miss episode 11, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And by the way, the channel just reached 800 subscribers and I'm super stoked about that, so thank you and welcome to all the new viewers. So for today's video, we're going to go back to the first weekend of logging and bushwhacking that I was preparing for in the last episode. The whole week leading up to that weekend was a race against the clock. I wanted to release my video as soon as possible, but the tractor kept giving me issues. So in the end, I was only able to release the video on Friday morning. I was like, man, this is so last minute. Like, how many people are gonna actually show up? I had no clue what to expect. So let's just say I was super stoked when Julien was the first one to show up. And then not so long after, Pascal and Gab showed up too. So I had 3 guys who had barely met before showing up to help me for the weekend. Let's just say it was a good start to an awesome weekend. So after they settled their camp, we lit up a nice campfire and I started to explain to them what I had in mind for the next day. Like I've mentioned in the previous episode, the area I want to focus on is the island. Even though the island represents only a small portion of the actual land, you'll see by zooming in that it's still pretty big. About 300 feet wide and a little more than 350 feet long. Plenty enough to start with. And to better illustrate what I want to do exactly, I made a little sketch. Over here we've got the garage, the house, and our first little cabin. By following the existing trail, we passed by an overgrown area where I would really like to set up the big bonfire on Saturday, and eventually transform it into a somewhat beach area where people can chill in the sun by the water. And just a little further, we finally get to the main area, with camping site on both sides of the island represented by those little circles, some 4-season cabin represented by those checkbox, and 2 common areas at each end of the island, one with a huge bonfire, and another one with a small pavilion with picnic table, barbecue, pizza oven, etc. And lastly, the centerpiece of it all, the concrete skate features. I recently stumbled on a project being built by Dreamland Skate Park in Washington State that perfectly illustrate what I have in mind as far as the skate features. I want to start off with a bowl similar to that one, and then gradually build a snake run-like skate path going through the forest and linking the different areas of the ranch. But before we can even think of putting down forms and pouring concrete, there's a lot of work to be done in the forest, so let's get back to the task at hand. So, the main goal of the weekend? Opening a walking path along that dotted line that would create a loop with the existing trail. Then clear all the shrubs in the beach area to be able to set up our bonfire for the night. So after a good night's sleep and a hearty breakfast, it was time to get to work.
the skateboard wrench.
All morning, more and more people kept showing up. Some old work colleagues, some close friends, some friends I haven't seen in years, and even some more volunteers that came after watching the adventure of the skateboard wrench on YouTube. With the weather on our side and a motivated crew, I was confident we were going to achieve our goal. So after a well-deserved lunch break, we refueled the machines and we're ready to go back at it. By walking on the new trail we had just opened, I was amazed to realize all the work we were able to achieve in just a few hours. It was now so much easier to visualize the layout of the project and to appreciate all the potential that was lying underneath our feet. One tree after the other, the trail was really taking shape, and we were getting closer and closer to completing the loop. We just needed to give another good push. Now that the trail was completed, we just needed to set up our bonfire area for the evening. And at the same time, we uncovered the old Farmall 100 that was hiding in the shrubs. After such a long day of hard labor, it was now time to relax and enjoy a nice fall evening in front of the campfire. So that's all for today's episode. Again, thanks for watching. If you liked what you've seen, don't be shy, hit that like button, comment or subscribe to the channel. You can also follow the Skateboard Wrench on Facebook and Instagram. Before I go, I just want to take a few moments to thank everybody that showed up to help us for the weekend. It was a great example of what can be done when we put all our efforts together, and honestly, it was a big motivational boost for me. Seeing all those people ready to volunteer their weekend to help a crazy project like the Skateboard Wrench, again, thank you.
Bon matin, le wrench!
Oh shit!
Salut!
Bienvenue au Skateboard Wrench.
Skateboard wrench! Welcome to Skateboard Wrench! Welcome to Skateboard Wrench.
No skateboard wrench!
Yeah, heaven.